completed 2 scenes of filming, one involving the car crash scene between Natalie and Sam in teenage phase, and the other scene is the one with my sister and her friend Alex, or Shirzy, in the adult scene where he proposes to her. I did have a few issues. One was that the light outside my house wasn't working, so I had to rely purely on the camera light, which actually turned out to be quite good because it looks quite dark and ominous, because the darkness surrounds Natalie and Sam. It's kind of like a premonition. It did go quite well overall, although I was actually quite worried that it wouldn't look realistic enough, and I did forget to use the fake blood, but hopefully that won't really matter. I was worried that Nat and Sam wouldn't act to the best of their ability because they might feel awkward or something in front of me with a camera. But in actual fact, I think they did a really good job, especially Natalie. She really did do quite well. And Sam really didn't have to do much, so yeah. And I'd just like to clarify that although there was a bottle of Jack Daniels present in the video, none of it was actually drunk. And even though the cap was off, they didn't drink it. They don't even like Jack Daniels. For the adult scene, once again I thought that Shirzy and my sister might find it a bit awkward acting in love in front of me. One, because I'm her sister and it would be a bit awkward, but it was fine. And two, my sister is the type of person who is completely against marriage. And in that scene, Shirzy had to propose to her and she had to look happy and go, yes! So she managed to do it, yeah. Yeah, it's quite good. I also thought that it might be awkward because I've never really spoken properly to Shirzy before. I've only ever just met him a few times or something, but it was okay in the end. They both did a really good job with acting. The toddler, Milo, in the toddler scene, he's my sister's son, so I had to try and keep him out of the shots in the adult scene, otherwise people might go, hey, I'm sure he was the toddler. But yeah, he was okay. Everything turned out brilliantly. I couldn't have asked for a better shoot. I tried to vary my camera angles and shot sizes for the adult scene, so I could give a bit of variation in the video, and I did this through a few close-ups, or extreme close-ups. I did use quite a lot of camera movements, but because the clip sizes had to go in time with the music and the music was quite fast, there wasn't enough time to steal the camera movements within each beat. So that was a bit of a waste, but oh well. Updates on editing. Okay, so I was browsing YouTube one day, well, many days, but in particular this day I found a video. It was to a classical piece of music, and the video was this man playing his violin, and it was edited so he had loads of hands playing loads of different violin-y things, I don't know. Then it moved on to these images of a forest being merged together, like you're walking through the forest but it's all merged. They morph into each other. And I'll put the link in the description box. And that made me think, I could use that morphing idea in my video. So luckily, when I read the description on the video that influenced me, he said how he made the video, and he gave a link to a morphing software that I downloaded, and I used it for these 2 shots. I think the coin worked really well, and people could easily make that association, hey, that's the same girl. I thought it would make it easier for people to make the association between each character, because they don't really look alike, but I still want to make that association, so I did it through the morphing, if that makes any sense. At the moment I still have 2 more scenes to shoot, one of the middle-aged scene and the other one of the elderly scene. But I'm having issues with the elderly scene, well, personal issues, because I'm using my granddad, and in the scene he's meant to die or fall asleep. It's left up to the viewer to decide, but he's kind of been ill for the past few years, and I thought that might be a bit insensitive to ask him to pretend to die. I don't know, I might change the storyline to make it so my grandma dies, because she's a lot more upbeat and she hasn't been ill, well, seriously ill. Obviously people get colds every now and then, but yeah.